I mean, sure. I mean, no, but if you think about it, that's more like how like USA is to Canada and stuff, right? So, I mean, let them keep doing their thing. If it's not broke, don't fix it. No, I have not. You know what? That's crazy because I don't know, man. You give me the right flavor, something. You know what I mean? Who knows, man? You know. Now I have killed them little ones, the little short stacks. Definitely killed the short stack, but the whole tube, man, that sounds crazy. That's wild. You again? Look, hey, maybe with the right smoke. No, I'm not the biggest fan of champagne, to be honest with you. I don't really know too many brands, man. You know, I know Jay-Z got a brand. You know what I mean? I mean, I know they out there. When it's time, like for the tradition part of it, sure, get some champagne. You know, and if ain't that, I'm only drinking it for the tradition of it. You know, I don't mind it. I just don't like it. You know what I mean? You're like, oh, why would you do something you don't like to do it again for the tradition of it? And I could bear to do that. You know, I could do that. That's cool. It's champagne. But ain't like alcohol is good. You know what I mean? They all taste like shit, but we do it, man. We do things to make it taste good. But I remember with champagne, man, it's nah, man. I want to say that it just ain't sit right in my stomach, man. You know, I'm cool on it. Okay. You know, at times when I'm nervous, I could get a little fidgety, I guess. Little bit. Get nervous, I'll pick up my fingers, my nails. At times I could ramble, I guess. Or I'm just like saying whatever off the wall, like nervous. But you know, with nervous habits, man, once you're aware of them, that you have them, whether it be someone else telling you or you just become that self-aware with yourself, you can, I'll say break through all these things, but you can progress through that. You know what I mean? Where you're doing it less and less, and you're finding something else to do instead when you're feeling those feelings that come across you. So, but yeah, I would say those would be my few nervous habits. When we get into a fight, not talk to each other. That's what happens. That's what happens. Me and my best friend, we get into a fight, man, or a disagreement or something, man. You tend to find out, man. That's when people end up not speaking to each other for quite some time. However much time there may be, that depend on what happened, that depend on whom, from the relationship. You know what I can say, man, to the ones that end up coming back, you know what I mean? Which makes them, put them in that, I guess, that best friend category. Like, you know that they there, you know, regardless of, they still down, they still loyal. You know what I mean? Like, they still on your side. You know what I mean? That's what I mean by loyalty. Like, they're still on your side, man. They ain't like trying to erase you from the earth, man. So shout out to the best friends that do that, man. But yeah, when we fight, man, I don't get in too much fights, man. We have our debate. You know what I mean? That's it. We get into a debate. Boom. Both sides presents their facts, their supporting details, whatever, right? And yeah, man. Yeah, that's it. I mean, that's how we handle it, man. Usually you talk it out. I mean, usually talk it out. That's really the right answer. What do we do when we fight? We talk it out. I can't think of stuff, man. Like, let's see, eighth wonder of the world. First, man, you got to be able to have seen at least one of them to understand wonders of the world. You know, I'm thinking of right now, there's a cave, like temple thing I went to in Mexico one time, right? And I'm not sure which wonders of the world are in Mexico. You know, I'm thinking of the pyramids and stuff that's out there. So I was right by the pyramids. There's a temple that was restricted, right? Restricted access. Somehow, the group that I ended up being with, we got up in there. We got like our mini tour, I guess, whatever, right? Which was cool. However, in there was this huge, not even a hole, man. It was just like a like structured abyss. It was just black, just darkness. Like you couldn't do anything. You know what I mean? It was just like you was just in a void. But with that was so refreshing in a way because you were just able to let everything out. You know what I mean? You're able to let everything out, man, and that is something that I feel like everyone should experience for real. Or if they want to go, like that's a place to go to where to get that feeling. And I was able to just let it out, man. It was kind of crazy. Whether you're screaming, whether you're crying, man. It was a group of us, man. So there was people doing all that, letting it out, and wow, man, it felt revitalizing. Really cool, really cool. But yeah, that would be another wonder of the world. I would say that someone that is currently not. Comforts me on bad days. Okay. All right, well, plenty of things, man. On bad days, let's see. Company with my partner, company with a woman, man. I find a woman would be great on bad days. As long as they're not a headache, man. Let's see. But on outside of that, I would say laughing, seeing people smile. On bad days, seeing other people do good. On bad days, what covers me is still being able to do good and to still spread goodness. On a bad day. Like even on bad days, you still just do it. Like, those things, they comfort me, man. They make me feel that there's hope, even in bad days. Even when you there stepping up for whatever it is, like there's still hope, man. I love to see that in the world. I mean, I like to think so. Again, that's something that is growing too. It's something that you learn along the way that like what's really respect. And it's the way that you talk to yourself, the way that you speak to yourself, man. It's aimless how other people speak to you. Really, you talk down and stuff on yourself, man. Other people want to talk down on you, man. If you talk like good about yourself and highly of yourself, right, with respect, more than likely other people are doing that too. And then the ones that don't, they just filter themselves out, man. It is really like that, because that's how power goes. Power don't even got to really do that. People filter themselves away from power, right? And all that stuff is respectable, It's respectable. So, and it includes what you put into your body, right? What you're doing with your body, and I've been getting better with that. So I would say that there's been a time where I wasn't respecting myself and I wasn't respecting my body, and I had to learn to change that. So that goes to show that anybody can. If you don't feel like you're respecting it, all you gotta do is just start. Just be like, yeah, I'm done. Okay, I could put this down. I don't need to be eating this much, or I don't need to be watching this same thing over and over, literally doing nothing, right? Then all you gotta do is just start doing something, and then that'll start to gain respect for yourself. Your body will start to see, like, oh, it'll tell you. Your body will speak for you in its own language. That's body language for real. When you start to respect yourself, your body will be like, okay, look, I'm moving now. I'm doing a little something now. So, yeah, I would say yes. Right now, I do respect myself. I do respect my body. Gross. What's gross that I eat? Let's see, I like Brussels sprouts. I eat asparagus. Some people say that's gross. Let's see, I eat dark chocolate. Ain't like I'm just eating 100% cocoa, but I mean, if I could get to that point, that'd be cool. I definitely utilize a lot of dark chocolate. A lot of people are against that, right? For whichever odd reason that may be. Let's see. Gross. Nah, man. Let's see what. Like I mix my mashed potatoes and corn together. Like, look. Nah, man. I got good taste, man. So, for the most part, it's on point. Nah, man. Look, karma worked too good for me, man. That's why I gotta. That's why I'm the example. That's why I end up becoming the phenom, like for real, because karma worked like that for me. I ain't no like I'm breaking on, not getting caught. Nah, bro. It's happening, man. I'm sure there's something I've done. Let's see. What did I do? When I was a little kid, man, I stole a bag of wild berry Skittles from the store. I stole some wild berry Skittles from the store, y'all. Those end up becoming my favorite Skittles, though. For real. That's the only, one of the only Skittles I eat actually, like, let alone candy, man. I don't really eat candy like that. Now, if it's some wild berry Skittles, though, I might have a couple, man, here and there. All right, I fear and you know, it's funny, I'm about to say this, but it could be for good as well. You know, but I fear that something will happen and it'll change my heart. Like, for real. Like, I'm strong. Y'all don't understand, like, my armor is so strong, man. And I have feared that happening before, but then I have no worries. You know, but to answer that, like, my fear, man, like, man, it's something to change me. What'll be the thing to change me? Let's say if we broke out, we went to a war, or it's like some type of invasion happening, or like the earth about to blow up or something, and then I'm not who I tell myself that I am. You know what I mean? When certain situations occur, that's it for real. I fear that I don't show up the way that I feel. You know, whichever way that may be. Sometimes me, hey, I'm stepping away from this. Sometimes me fighting for this. Sometimes me, you know, like letting certain things play out, man. Like sometimes it's speaking up, you know, and sometimes it's my time to do that. You know what I mean? And I feel on myself, and it's my time to do that. Some people it's their time, man, and I don't really take the shine from people, man. There's a lot of people they speak, man, and then, you know, they'll announce something, and you know, with that, man, when they announce something, I let them. I don't say let them, but they have their moment. You know, they have their time, man, and I don't ever take that from anybody. So, but the thing that it would make it a fear is if I don't become that person. Like, you know, like if I'm not the one doing it. You know, like, if I know that it's in me to do it and I'm not doing it. Personality trait. Maybe snobby, or like entitled. I'll probably say that. I'm cool on that. That stuff that just make my you know what I mean? Kind of make you just like cringe a little bit. Like, man, just them people like that, man. Those people, they literally are the same. Oh my goodness. I don't like people when they're entitled and try to put people beneath them. That's not what's up, man. Because you could have been anybody. Thank God that you, but you could have been anybody, man. So, and You know, I know that. So with that, man, like when I come across people, man, I treat everybody with respect, man. You know, especially when that's something that I do for myself. Especially when that's something I do for myself. Why would I not treat other people like that? Once you're a person that moves like that for real, like with respect, like it comes with that. You know, you have to be respectful to get it. Like it's true. It's true. You know, I'm one of the ones with like respect over fear type thing. I just think respect it really is forever lasting. Fear, man, people they try to become a rebel and stuff. You know, when we start a whole rebellion and everything and try to go come again. I'm cool. I'm cool with all like going against all that tyranny and stuff. Like I'm cool, man. But these things come with like entitlement, man. People get entitled and they just feel they can do and say certain things. You look at them like, do you know you talking to for real? Do you know? Okay, all right. But, and then you know we gotta move accordingly. I can't think of anybody right now. That's crazy. I want to think about somebody because I don't want to cop out on answering the question. You know, I tell you this. There's people who have done things to hurt me, right? And I not 100% like sure. Now you know how like these are the people that resent me. This it. The people that I resent right here are the ones that I know that did something to me, but I don't have like it's only like from what I know. You know how you just like, I know that you were a fuck nigga, or I know that you were a sucker, or I know that you were just a lame ass bitch, green bean ass bitch. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's them, man. And then you really can't prove it though. You know what I mean? Those the ones I would say that I resent. I feel it in the pit of my stomach. Man, I feel it in the pit of my stomach, man. Every time you get around certain people, or you know, you like, you get a feeling. You just get that feeling. And it's because of all those things, man. You just know what they did to you. Or you know that it's around, like, you know what I mean? But as of right now, like, nah, man, I'm cool. I'm so in my LaShawn. I'm so in my LaShawn. You know what I mean? Like, resentment, man, is a feeling like it's irrelevant. My favorite t-shirt. Yes, I do have a favorite t-shirt. All right. So years ago, man, when my children were very young, there's a Father's Day, they made me a t-shirt and it had like, you know, their writing on there, had their handprints and stuff. Happy Father's Day. So yeah, that's my favorite shirt. I'm thinking about that all the time, and that's one of them t-shirts I still have it now. You know, I'm never throwing that away. Like, I couldn't. That thing had to get mangled. You know what I mean? Like, I love that shirt. I wore it one time with them. They grown. They got older. They're like, man, come on. Like, why you still got that shirt? You know, but I still do, man. It's wow. Thanks for that. That just made me feel better. Just thinking about it. I don't know, man. Like, you know, like, too old. Is that a thing for a man? You know, I would say too old to have a baby is when you have the baby and it's fatal. You know what I mean? Yeah, the baby maybe was supposed to be here, like, you know, That's when. But I'm like, that maybe you too old. You too old to have a baby if you about to take yourself out. The baby need a parent. Like, you mean so? Oh man, yeah, man, that'd be wild. That every time a woman gave birth, like, and a passing away, that'd be kind of crazy. You know, wow. Anywho, that's too old. Don't be having babies, man, and you by the croak. You know your body can't take it.